The more you try to stop daydreaming, the more it sticks around. Not in a dramatic way, but in a very noticeable way. Most people think thoughts work the same way actions do. Like, if you decide to stop thinking about something, your brain should just listen. But it doesn't. And that mismatch creates this strange pattern where the harder someone tries to push a thought away, the more attention the brain keeps giving it in the background. So eventually, you end up doing what a lot of people do. You tell yourself, okay, maybe I should stop daydreaming this much. And for a while, it seems fine. Then later, it comes back stronger than before. Why does trying to stop something make it louder instead of quieter? This isn't really about daydreaming being good or bad. It's about a much stranger pattern in how the brain handles things you try to suppress. And once you see how it works, a lot of your own behavior starts making a lot more sense. Let's start with what daydreaming actually is, because most people misunderstand it. It's not laziness. It's not your mind being broken. It's your brain doing exactly what it's designed to do, which is seek reward in the easiest way available. Think about the two things people daydream about most: love and success, being chosen by someone, being confident, in control, and admired. Those aren't random themes. Those are the two things humans are wired to chase their entire lives: connection and status. So when your brain gets a chance to simulate either one, even fake, even imagined, it lights up the same reward pathways as if it were real. That's not a weakness. That's just how dopamine works. It doesn't care if the win is real. It just cares that it feels like a win. Here's where it gets interesting, though. A daydream rarely starts from nothing. Something usually triggers it. You see someone attractive. You hear a song that hits a certain emotional spot. You watch a scene in a movie where someone finally gets noticed, finally gets chosen. Your brain grabs that emotional spark and goes, oh, we can build on this. And suddenly you're not just watching the moment, you're inside it, rewriting it the way you wish it had gone for you. But what most people miss is that daydreaming doesn't only happen when something triggers it. Sometimes it shows up in total silence. No music, no movie, nothing happening at all. You're just alone, cooking, walking, standing in the shower, and your mind drifts there on its own. Why would it do that with nothing pushing it? Because boredom isn't actually empty. Boredom is your brain searching for stimulation, and if nothing external is offering any, it builds its own. An empty moment is basically free real estate for your imagination, so your mind fills the silence with something it already knows feels good, the same love or success scene it's used before, sometimes acted out gently in real movement if you're alone, sometimes just replayed mentally if you're not. This already tells you something important. Daydreaming isn't random noise, it's a system, a loop your brain has learned works. Now here's where the actual question of this video comes in. What happens when you try to shut that loop down? You'd think trying to stop a thought should be simple. Just don't think it. But the brain doesn't work that way, and there's a reason for that, and it's almost funny once you understand it. To avoid thinking about something, your brain first has to check, are we thinking about that thing right now? Which means it has to think about it, just to confirm it's not thinking about it. That checking process keeps the idea alive in the background the entire time you're trying to suppress it. So instead of disappearing, it stays loaded, just out of view, waiting. This is why, after trying to stop, you don't feel empty in a peaceful way. You feel like something's missing, like a hole where the daydream used to sit. And that gap doesn't sit quietly for long. Because here's the next layer most people don't think about. The daydream wasn't just entertainment, it was doing a job. It was giving you a small hit of feeling chosen, or feeling capable, or feeling in control, even if just inside your head. When you cut that off, you're not just removing a thought. You're removing the thing that was meeting an emotional need in that moment. And your brain doesn't just shrug that off. It treats it the way it treats any reward it suddenly lost access to. It wants it back, sometimes more intensely than before, because now there's also the frustration of having tried and failed layered on top. That's the trap. The harder you push it away, the more pressure builds behind it, and the bigger the rebound when it finally breaks through again. But here's something that doesn't usually get said in conversations about this. None of this automatically makes it a problem. If, after daydreaming, you go right back to functioning, you finish your tasks, you show up where you need to show up, and sometimes you even feel a little more motivated because the success version of the daydream put you in a confident headspace, that's not someone spiraling. That's someone using imagination the way imagination has always been used, to rehearse a feeling before chasing it in real life. Athletes visualize winning before competing. People preparing for interviews picture themselves answering confidently. The brain doesn't fully separate vividly imagined success from real success when it comes to building a sense of readiness. So a love or success daydream isn't automatically self-sabotage. Sometimes it's quiet practice for a feeling you're trying to make real. The line only shifts when the daydream stops supporting your life and starts replacing it. When the imagined version becomes more comfortable than the real attempt. When success in your head starts feeling like enough, you stop reaching for it outside your head. And that's really the only question worth asking yourself. Not only is this normal, because for most people, it already is, but is it adding fuel to your life or quietly becoming a substitute for it? If you're still showing up, still doing what needs to be done, still chasing the real version of those love or success scenes outside your imagination, too, this is just your mind being a mind. Wiring is built for reward, doing what reward-seeking systems do. So if you ever try to fight a thought and notice it pushing back harder, that's not failure. That's just confirmation of how suppression works. The fix isn't more force. It's understanding why it's there in the first place and asking what it's giving you that you're not getting somewhere else yet. If you like videos that dig into the strange, quiet patterns running in the background of people's minds, this is pretty much the entire point of this channel. So you're welcome to stick around for more of these.